All right, welcome to the Craze in 10 or less, where we give it to you in 10 minutes or less. I guarantee that. Stop acting up. There it is. Stop acting up. You have a chance to win one of these bad boys if you enter the art contest currently going on iCreateStories.com. All you have to do is draw Duty, the main character from Disney in My Toilet, in any way you want. You get a chance to win one of 3 prizes. So, get down with the get down. So San Diego shut down, right? For the first time in 50 years, San Diego Comic-Con is done. Another victim of the corona. This is craziness. So I personally am not impacted by San Diego. That was one that I was passing on this year. I was going to do it in 2021. But there were thousands of people that had that set and that planned on it, applied for it back in September, when they start opening up the applications, or that's the due date or whatever it is, and you had all your heart set on it. If you're a newbie into the game, you were going to do your debut, your big come up party at San Diego. I know I did that years ago. If you're just a fan, you're probably brokenhearted. So they shut their doors. So, what are your plans? What are your plans? But then there's the alternative. Virtual. The virtual space. Crazy. So, some of you might have heard it on the full episodes of Catch the Craze with me and my co-host Jorge Medina, where we discussed what my intentions were this year. I was going to do Licensing Expo because it's in May, and with the intent on going to New York Comic Con, which is in the fall, right? And so licensing decided to shut its doors, but then they got quick with it, and they said, we're going to do a virtual event. And I'm like, huh? What is that? And I got this thing, you probably see it on my screen. And licensing week will move to June 15th through the 19th. It's a week-long event, and each day will spotlight content, live pitches. So you'll be doing live pitches online, virtually. I wonder what the bandwidth is. They'll be doing matchmaking. So if you're a creator and you're an agent looking for new property to hope it, they're going to do matchmaking. You'll be able to watch keynote addresses. And so is Wizard World. Wizard World is going into this virtual space, and they're going to have 1-minute video chats with your celebrity crush or the artist that you're a fan of. 15 to 30 second video recordings, group chats. So let's get it. Let's start talking about the difference between a live event and a virtual event. Now, the virtual space is new, so I'm a little ignorant to it. But there's one thing that bothers me. When you go to a Comic-Con, if you're an unknown, if you're an independent, and you're trying to make your bones, and you're trying to get out there and get some exposure, with hundreds of thousands of people attending, the chances are you getting some recognition, some new fans, are pretty in your favor, because people go with a budget in mind, right? So I know, all right, look, I have, say I'm a Comic-Con fan, I have $1,000, and you might think it's extreme, but these fans take a lot of money. So let's say $500, right? So you say 300 of that is going to be to get the stuff I'm looking for and get my stuff signed by the big dogs. 100 of that is for my food, right? To eat. Hopefully I'm not staying at a hotel too far away so I can walk. and you have another $100, and you're gonna wait because Comic-Con's like 5 days, so you're gonna wait. I'm not really gonna pick up that independent stuff over there because I might run into something I wasn't planning on from the big dogs, and I might need that money. So a large percentage of the fans do hold off and save some money for the last day when they, you know what, I want to spend every dime I have left. And they're walking through Artist Alley. They're walking through Small Press Arena. And that's your chance. Now let's talk about the virtual space. You're selecting who you want to see. You're selecting who you want to chat with.
Oh, pick me! Oh, I know me!
And the reason why they're doing 30-second chats or 1-minute chat with your celebrity crush is because they know there are going to be specific guests that are going to have a lot of people lining up for them virtually. So what happens to you, little man? What happens to me? The chances of someone seeing you in that virtual space, the odds are against you. And I could just be over talking. I could be overthinking. But you got to stop acting up, Mike. Now, it makes me think about what needs to change in my game if I'm going to enter the virtual arena. So for you small press out there, I have a buddy of mine that's going to doing a virtual event. So I'm going to ask him, was it in his benefit? How did he do? What was it like? All those things. I need to understand it. But it's going to mean you're going to need some marketing capital. You're going to need some money to advertise and promote and get the word out and hustle. So that way your investment pays off if you're going to want to be part of this virtual comic space. You have to think differently. So the world is adjusting to this pandemic, and I hope that you're listening and you're all safe and your family's safe and you're healthy and strong. Everyone's adjusting to this. The businesses don't want to lose money, so they're adjusting quick. They're updating their technology. They're probably hiring a lot of coders and developers and computer engineers and all these people to go back in the back end so this can run smoothly and seamlessly. That bandwidth better be off the hook. But what does that mean for the little guy? The big boys, the people with the names, the Robert Kirkmans, Todd McFarlane's, Jim Lee's, Joe Quesada's, they're going to be fine. What about you? What about me? That's why we have to think differently. So I suggest educate yourself. That's what I'm going to do. Figure out what's going on. So that way you have a fighting chance in the new selective world where you're not readily available to engage with the hundreds of passerbys, and you can step in front of your table and say, hey, how are you? Let me tell you about my product. You can't do that here. Can't do it. Is it worth the investment? Lots to think about. The positive thing is New York Comic Con is still on the tables to go forward. Still got a minute and a half. Still on the tables to go forward. But recently on the news, they said that the fall, winter is going to be difficult with the flu and the corona. So will they still continue? Or will it be the same type of New York Comic Con? Lots of questions, people. Lots of questions. Let's open it up. Have you attended a virtual space? Are you attending anything in the future? Did you have to do anything differently? What are you doing differently? Let's share it with the world of all these independents out there that need to know. Put your best foot forward. Stop acting up. Help a brother out. So I'm saying the Crazy Man Vera. Check out iCrazeStories.com for the contest. I will see you. This was the Craze in 10 or less. Craze in 10 or less. Thank you for subscribing. Peace.